Welcome to GWC. My name is Magembe. In today's episode, we'll be looking at three businesses that you can invest 50,000 Kenyan shillings and become a millionaire over time. And the three businesses, the first one is you can plant eucalyptus. The second one is that you can start beekeeping. And the third business is that you can plant coffee. These are the three businesses we'll discuss today. And you can see how you don't need to spend a lot of money. And within 10 years, you become a millionaire. So for example, let's look at planting eucalyptus trees. And the trees the type of eucalyptus here we're gonna talk about is grandis. As we discussed in our previous video, always when you're starting any business, you have to have do a business plan. And why we are discussing about all these things is because on this channel we discuss on how we create a generational wealth. And what has happened is that of course there's a lot of people without work, and they are looking for ways that they can be able to make money and become millionaires. As we all know that all of us wants to become millionaires. The problem is we don't know how. So these are some of the businesses that you can invest in, and you become a millionaire in a period of 10 years. So the first business, as I've said, is planting eucalyptus trees. And the assumption here is that you already have 1 acre of land to plant these trees. Either you bought some time back or you have inherited from your parents. So the first expense we look at is you need to prepare the land. You need about 5,000 Kenyan shillings to prepare 1 acre. You need to buy seedlings. One seedling goes at 5 shillings per seedling. So you buy about 3,000 seedlings, and that comes to 15,000 Kenyan shillings. Usually in an acre, you can plant between 2,500 to 3,000 seedlings of eucalyptus. So yeah, let's work with 3,000 because what we know is not that all the seedlings you plant, all of them will become mature. Some of them will die on the way. So we work with 3,000, but at the end of the day, when we're harvesting, we're going to work with 2,500. When you're planting, you require about 5,000 Kenyan shillings, and initial management cost, you require about 25,000 Kenyan shillings. And what most people do, you might ask me and say, hey, look, the initial management fee looks a bit low. What most people do is that once you plant the eucalyptus trees, in the first 3 years, you can be planting vegetables or potatoes while you are actually tendering these trees. Or you can, if you're already working in a city or in a town, and you're not in the village, then you can give someone else, your neighbor or friend, to be planting vegetables in your trees as the tender for the trees. So they can do this for the first 3 years. And after that, after 3 years, then you don't need any more management to actually maintain the trees. So that's why we are putting at 25,000. So you can see that the capex, the amount of money you require is about 50,000 to actually plant 3,000 eucalyptus in 1 acre. And then in 10 years, because we believe in long-term investment, so in 10 years, you will harvest your eucalyptus trees, and you will harvest about 2,500, and each one of them you'll be selling at 10,000 Kenyan shillings. People sell 15,000. For example, if you start making unit timber, you can sell more because you could have added value to your tree. Then, if you do the math correctly, 2,500 times 10,000 Kenyan shillings, you will make 25 million Kenyan shillings. But of course, we know that there are some expenses that you will incur on the way and even during harvesting. So we will work with 80%, 80% of the money you're making is what will be your net profit. So if you do 25 million times 80%, you will have about 20 million. So you see, from investing 50,000 in 10 years, you're having 20 million. You become a millionaire. With the 20 million, there's so much you can do this. You can go buy more land and plant more trees, or do some other investments that make sense to you at that time. So this is one of the businesses you can actually invest 50,000 and become a millionaire. So let's look at the next business you can invest and become a millionaire. Another business you can invest in with only 50,000 Kenyan shillings is beekeeping. We allow beekeeping here at the GWC, and you see the business of planting trees and beekeeping. These are actually the businesses that require very minimal management. You can actually even do what we call a tele-farming. With tele-farming, this can work. There are some of the businesses you cannot do tele-farming because it needs a lot of environment, a lot of work. So in beekeeping, you can see the capex. You will start with 10 hives, Langstroth hives, and you buy one at 4,500. That's 4,500 Kenyan shillings. So that comes for 12,000. Then you will need the stands for the hives. Each stand was about 500 shillings. So wooden stands, so that makes 5,000. So you see 50,000, you're able to actually have 10 hives. And what we have discussed before, the first year is when you'll be colonizing your hives, and you start having production in the 7th or the 8th month. So in our case here, in terms of income, we will work with year 2. Let's assume the first year you're just colonizing your hives and you're getting your bees to start giving you honey. So we will work with the money from year 2. So if we do this right, we discussed last time, or from our experience, we are beekeepers. From experience, what we found is that one hive can give you about net income of 21,000 Kenyan shillings per hive per year, in 1 year, one hive. So if you're having 10, you see this is 210,000. And then year 3, so what we have done here, once you get your 210,000 in year 2, you will use that money to buy more hives. This can buy about 42 more hives. So in year 2. So in year 3, the 42 more hives you're having, they are actually being colonized and getting ready to start producing. So you're still making the same net income of 210,000 from your 10 hives. So in year 4, now you're having 52 hives. And in those 52 hives, you do your math correctly, you will see you'll be making over 1 million. You make 1,092,000 Kenyan shillings. So you can use this money now to actually buy more hives. And so what we have done here, year 5, we add our hives to 100 hives. Because now we have more money here, we buy more hives. So we are having 100 hives. So those 100 hives in year 5, they are actually getting colonized and getting ready to start producing. So in year 6, you see from the 100 hives, you start making 2,100,000 each year. So we assume that if you just maintain 100 hives, you can be making that money all the way to year 10, 2,100,000 each year. So you do your math correctly, you add from year 2 to year 10, you find that you could have made over 11 million. And this is only working with 100 hives now, by the time you add to 100 hives. So what you do if you want to really make a lot of money, become a millionaire, a multi-millionaire, you can actually be adding more. You scale up, the business of scaling up. You get the money, you buy more hives, you actually set apiaries in different locations here in Kenya. So this is how you can become a millionaire from just investing only 50,000 Kenyan shillings in beekeeping. And try this. This really works. Because at the beginning when we started, this is what we did. And we have seen how the income is coming in, and we are really scaling up. We are setting up apiaries all over the country. So 50,000, year 10, you're having over 11 million. And you can have more. If you scale up more, you continue actually getting involved in this business in full-time basis. So let's look at the third business that you can invest on the 50,000 and become a millionaire. The third business you can invest 50,000 initially and become a millionaire within 10 years is coffee farming. Coffee is the second traded commodity in the world. coffee has a lot of demand. So coffee is good farming to actually get involved in. So you can see we will work with 1 acre of land. Again, we assume that you already bought the land or you inherited this from your parents. And within 1 acre, we will be, what we have planted is Batiani and Rue 11 variety of coffee, Arabica coffee. So in an acre, you can plant 1,000 trees of Batiani or Rue 11 trees. So we work with the 1,000 trees. So you see, to prepare your land, you need 5,000 Kenyan shillings. You buy the seedlings at 20 shillings each. So times 1,000, you be spending 20,000. Then, during planting, you require about 5,000 to plant the seedlings. And then, of course, the initial management, let's work with 20,000 because, again, like Patiani, it takes about 2 years to become productive. To start, you can start harvesting after 2 years. So during that time, you can be planting vegetables or potatoes in your coffee, or if you're not there, you let someone else do that, and they tend your coffees as they take care of it as it's growing up. So 50,000, you see, it's doable. You can be able to plant 1,000 trees of coffee in 1 acre land, and let's see how the income looks like. So year 2, it will be ready for harvesting. So we will start getting our income from year 3. And since year 3, the coffee is not it's not producing 100%. So on average, we will work that per tree, you'll be getting 5,000, you'll be getting 5 kgs per tree per year. Of course, with good management, you can get more, but let's work with an average of 5 kilograms per tree per year. So you see, times 1,000 trees. And assuming you're just taking to your local society coffee, usually on average they be about 85 shillings per kg, and these are on the cherries. So you see, you make about 425,000 the first year, but we always work with the 80% because 20% goes to the expenses involved to actually harvest the coffee and take care of the coffee to this point. So you see, you do the 425,000 times 8%, you'll be having a net income of 340,000. So that's year 3. And then from year 4, now since your coffee is has matured and is having full production, you'll be getting average of 10 kgs per tree per year. And times 1,000 times 85 shillings per kg, you see you're getting about 850,000 Kenyan shillings per year. So net profit, if you do times 0.8, that's 80%. The 20% goes to the expenses. You are having 680,000 Kenyan shillings as your net income per year, just from 1 acre of land. And of course, this is with minimal management because I've gone some farms like in central Kenya, and I've talked to some farmers who get 30 kgs per tree per year, 50 kgs per tree per year. So it depends on your management. But let's work with the raw number, 10 kgs per tree per year. So from year 4, you'll be getting 680,000 per year net income. And you do that until year 10, you get total income of 4,760,000. So plus the income you got in the year 3, you see the total income, net income you could have got is 5,100,000. So you see, from 50,000, in year 10, you're having 5 million. And imagine coffee, the lifespan of coffee is over 100 years. Actually, they usually say it's 200 years. So it means this is something that you have planted, and you will benefit from it, your children will benefit from it, your grandchildren will benefit from it. It's going to stay there for a very long time, and it will be feeding a lot of people. So it's a very good business to actually invest only 50,000 and you become a millionaire. So from these 3 businesses, I think you have seen that to make money or to become a millionaire is actually very easy. is only that a lot of people sometimes don't think about these things. That's why our mind is one of the most important assets that we have. You think over these things, you have a side hustle, you can be able to make money, and over time, you become a millionaire. So please try one of these 3 businesses: coffee, beekeeping, or planting trees, and you see what happens. I know when you meet me in the next 5-10 years, you'll be like, yeah, you had a point, because I'm doing very well from that idea that you talked about 5-10 years ago. And now I'm a millionaire. I'm not having an issue with money anymore. So we encourage you to try these ventures and see what happens. So thank you for spending your time to actually watch our videos and share our videos with your friends. Like the videos so that Google can be able to show your friends or other people our videos, and we'll be bringing you more videos of this kind. Thank you and have a good day.